Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, September 12th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. A lot to go over today. Going to be breaking down all the charts. Remember, I'm rolling over and I don't back adjust Monday. So if you notice what I put for today's highs, this would be your rollover gap fill come Monday. And I wrote all-time high because that was the all-time high prior to rolling over. We're trading at a pretty good premium at this point in the next contract. NQ blew through its weekly balance to go up on all three time frames. ES had a tremendous struggle to get yesterday's high and take back the excess, but they did, and they go out with a new all-time high. Righty had a poor intraday. They would trend down. It failed. They get an afternoon rally high in K and a price probe in M. So they're an inside day. Now again, you can call it balance on the daily or up to balance. We'll go over those charts. NQ goes out with just an 8-wide POC and an afternoon pullback. No excess at the all-time high here. Okay? In NQ. ES goes out with a 10-wide POC. It's just amazing, this market. The market spiked higher in K, spike fails in L, and then we probe in M. Now, if the probe's not big enough, I'm not using A's low. And again, I tell you this constantly. You got to take M with a grain of salt. In the big picture, the bulls have to be happy. They traded in the upper distribution or above today. So it's up on all three time frames. It is one of the smallest ranges of the year. It was the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, fourth smallest range of the year. I thought I saw the day well. I didn't trade well. B period got me. I thought we were going to, not B period. I wrote IB high. I must have meant A's high. Must have been A's high, but I didn't trade it well. I took a long in B period that cost me pretty good. Again, on the day, basically up small. So that's not the issue, right? I tell you, sometimes I can lose money and feel better when I make money. Well, today I basically broke even, made small, but I'm upset because I thought I saw the day pretty well, and the P&L does not reflect it. I did well in A period, long against the 144, long against the POC and the overnight POC. Then in B period, I thought we were going to pop A's high, but it came in and it caught me. I did get A's high when it finally went up, but I did not take back what I was down at that point. I didn't do anything in C, missed the IB high. I did make some on longs in D against the single prints. I did short G because NQ attempted to go trend like 4 times today. So we talk about sometimes what didn't happen is just as important as what did. Same with ES. They tried 2 or 3 times. And what didn't happen, they couldn't hold trend. So I did okay on that short in G. But then in H, and then after that, I longed H period when it pulled back a bit, and I longed L small against the single prints made small. So again, it's not the P&L that's the issue, right? It's the execution. I don't know. Just it's one of those days. I was also, and again, this is no excuse. You know me. I will never blame anything but myself. I did have somebody I was dealing with, some contractor that was here. So I also missed some opportunities, potentially F on the afternoon pullback. I was out of the house. But again, that has nothing to do with my trading. So just a frustrating day overall, right? We're going to have them. We rest up over the weekend, and we start again tomorrow, okay, on Monday. Now, let's go to those charts and break this all down. Because next week you got rollover, you got the Fed, you have options expiration. If you didn't listen to the video this morning, not too many people did. I'm getting a little frustrated. I don't know if I'm going to post that one anymore. But Traderify is coming out with even some new ideas for their platform and their prop firm, which will make trading them even better. So again, I am affiliated with them, and I would certainly appreciate it if you are looking at a prop firm to check them out and use the code that's on these videos. Now, IWM. Up on the monthly after an outside month up last month. Again, shouting distance to the all-time high. IWM got up to just under 241. The all-time high is around 245. Right? $4. That's under 2%. I do believe they're going to get it. The weekly is up. Okay? You were balanced for 2 weeks, back up. Now, it's an indecisive candle on the weekly, but it is up. And the daily, now, yesterday it went up. You want to say because it's an inside day, right back to balance? That's fine. I'll call it up to balance. Okay? And then we'll see how we play out of it on Monday. So IWM is still very, very healthy right now. Now let's go to the NQ. Monthly is up. We are one time framing up 5 months. And I'll say it again. That's not including off the lows from April. I did the calculations early. I did them quick. But NQ from April's lows are up 40% in 6 months, basically. 40%. Now, again, is it getting stretched? Of course it is, but it keeps going up, so why fight it? Right? The weekly just broke out of a 4 or 5 week balance, up. So even though the monthly might seem stretched, right? The weekly just came out of balance up. So why is that important? Because nothing could happen in a monthly, right? Nothing could happen in a monthly until the weekly rolls over. Nothing can happen in the weekly until what? The daily rolls over. So if the weekly is just coming out of balance, how can I be saying to myself, the monthly is stretched? Who cares? The weekly's telling you have good potential to go higher. And the daily is up. It's one time framing up for three days. 49 million. So NQ and triple Qs are doing above average volume. All right? And then the S&P, they're up over 35% from April's lows. Plus, we're getting distance away from previous monthly highs. So again, that tells you that the trend, the move, odds-wise, again, everything's always odds. We could be down, 100 points on Monday. But odds-wise, the charts don't lie. And right now, that's telling you what? The potential to go higher are still better odds. Look at the weekly. Just like NQ. You just broke out of a 4-week balance and got extension. Now, the volume sucked this week. 343 million in SPY. Okay, we were 303 last week, and that was a week that tried to push down initially. 287 the week before. 341, 343. So, again, the volume's not good, but it's the same or better than the last 4 weeks. Right? And then the daily is up. One time framing up, again, for 3 days. 67 million, so just under average. Now, again, today's range is one of the smallest of the year. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So again, to recap, the market is strong, very strong, which tells you, unless something starts changing, pullbacks are still being bought. The first thing that has to change is the daily to go back to balance. And that's the smallest time frame. So we can't look for the monthlies to stop going up until the weeklies and dailies start turning. Please understand that. Now, it's going to be a big disconnect by next Friday because you have the rollover in ES and SPY goes ex-dividend next Thursday night. So the charts will look differently for the two of them. I hope this helps. Really hope you had a great week trading. Rest up, enjoy your weekend, and we will speak prior to the opening on Monday.